Well, hello everyone. Thank you for having me here today. And I'll tell you, I'm just filled with just a lot of energy and joy inside to be around so many entrepreneurs who really just want to move their business forward and just see what's out there and be inspired about new knowledge. You know, you've heard Chevelle share a lot of my experience and my background in accounting, but I just want to let you all know as a secret, that wasn't me about 10 years ago when I started my business. I really just was one big hot mess.
Most of us
Most of us were. I just had my first baby, and we bought our first house, which I just had no idea how all that happened. And I didn't know the importance of documentation. I didn't know even what support meant. You know, I thought support meant like you talk to your husband, and as great as that is, but the one thing that actually came together for me was connecting with other like-minded people. You know, to figure out my direction and to see where I was going to go. I sat where many of you may be today, and I'm happy to share with you some 3 steps that we can help you move forward and upward. So if you can be so kind and follow along with me today on the slides, I'm going to go through with you the steps. So how does that sound? Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Hand in hand.
Good, because we've got a few tests coming here too. So our first thing is, how many of you are entrepreneurs?
Woo!
Awesome.
Almost everybody here.
Everybody, right? How many of you, even though you have a business, you use that bank account for other things like getting your hair done, getting a shave, or getting our nails, or if we're at the grocery shop, we take out that credit card because it's really just the easiest thing for us. How many of you just have no system or think you have a system, but you're really just winging it each month? Okay. Now, anybody have accounting software? Awesome. Great. What do you guys have? QuickBooks? Cleanup? Clio? Okay, great. How many of you feel like you're the service provider? How many of you feel like you're doing the bookkeeping too? Okay. Are you guys paying the bills also? But how are you running the business? How many of you are wearing all these hats that I mentioned today? Okay. So, I have good news and bad news. What do you want to hear first?
Bad.
The bad. That's So we're going to start with the bad news. You all mostly failed the test. But here we are today, and I'm going to share with you some valuable tips. I don't want you guys to flunk that test again. How does that sound?
Good.
So who's ready?
Woo!
So our first tip, our first step for today is separation of powers. So just like you have like in the government, and we hear about all over the news, you know, you have the president, you have the vice president, you know, they're not doing the same thing. In our business, it's the same concept. There's no commingling. So what's commingling? It's when everything is just one big pot with zero order. So we're just putting it all in. So it's taking from your personal, from your business, and just getting it all in with no order. And again, you could be at the grocery store and you're taking that credit card because it's the easiest thing to do. So why is this important? Mm-hmm. Anybody else? Why else do you think it's important?
Or you want to separate your business from your personal, so you,
For your taxes, for your receipts.
Yep.
So even when you getting gas and all that, you can get all that back as a write-off.
Uh-huh. Tax savings, yep. Were you gonna say something?
Just knowing what's really happening in your business as opposed to being in denial.
Not being in denial, yep. You want your accountant to be able to help you on the savings, because you're really just leaving money on the table. That's really what it's about. You want the proper classification. So if you look through your Amex statement and you're seeing you bought your kids clothes, you bought your kid the bike, and now all of a sudden it's your marketing expenses, you're paying your independent contractors, your attorney, my content writer, it's all jumbled in that one big pot. How are you supposed to know if you can stay in business next month? The Amex bill's still coming, the mortgage bill is still coming. How are you gonna know what's going on? It's leaving money on the table. They're not going to be able to give you that profit and loss statement. A profit and loss statement that's almost like the Bible of accounting. It's what's coming in, it's the positive, it's what we bring in, and it's what's going out. So why do we need it? We need it because it's anything to do with financial growth. The financial growth of our company is just really how we're going to stay in business. Like eWomen, they want 1 million women to be in part of that 1 million circle. Who wants to be part of that? Woohoo! So if you want to get a mortgage, if you want to get a loan, because what happens is when you're an entrepreneur at the beginning with those loans, lots of times we're taking it from our personal life to take that credit and build it onto the business. So that's an example of mixing, of commingling of the personal and business. You want to evolve the credit for the business for that business to move forward. You're going to need a credit card, you're going to need a car loan. And above all, you need this for financial growth. Because it's going to be a point in your business where you want to hire workers. You want to hire, you may want to rent a space, and you want to do things for the growth. So you're going to need that profit and loss statement. But in order for that profit and loss statement to be accurate, you want to have those classifications. So what did we learn from step 1?
no commingling.
No commingling. Separation of powers. Step 2 is there's different things that's going on in our business. Sometimes there's 2 parts to it. We want to take care of our clients, but we also need, us as business owners, we need help to take care of us. So the first thing is customer relations. These days, people are doing business differently. They're getting a CRM, and these are just some examples, to be able to track everything. There's even online booking systems where people just go online, schedule time with you by the time, the slot, and the type of time that you want. It's all helped to streamline things so that it's part of a system, that you don't have to sit there on the phone and, and take care of that. It just could be happening in the sideline. The advantages of these CRMs is it's almost like a go-to place. So there's various ones that you can use. You can use MailChimp, Constant Contact. I personally use Infusionsoft. They're all great in different reasons and budget accordingly as well. Confusionsoft, yeah. They do take time to learn, but with the process as you need them, it builds with you. The other thing is how many of us have a customer relations system? Okay. What do you guys use? Constant Contact? Confusionsoft? How do you like it? You do like it? Okay. Okay. The other thing is with accounting software. There's various ones out there. The 2 main ones is QuickBooks and Xero. The main advantage of QuickBooks, Xero was built really mainly for the consumer stance, just so that people didn't have to understand the accounting jargon. Accounting with QuickBooks is a little bit differently, it's more worldwide. The advantage here is you know what's coming in and you know what's going out. So let's say, for instance, you have 5 different streams of income. Now, I have a designer client, and she has different ways that she earns money. She's earning money by doing for her commercial line. She's doing it for her business, for her personal line. Sometimes she's doing furniture, sometimes she's doing it for offices. Now, she wants to know how her time is being used and what she can do with that, how she can spend her time the best. So these are the types of things you can be able to figure out from your accounting software. We'll be able to use this software to be able to manage our expenses and to be able to look on how we're making the money. So with this designer, she has 5 different ways that she's making money. Based on how much money she's making in a quarter, we're able to tell her, is her time well spent, or if she needs to pivot in a different way. So for instance, with this client, let's say, she gets her best time right after Wall Street gets their bonuses. So they're ready to get contracts in. So she knows, that the springtime for her is a better use of her time, when it comes to home design versus, let's say, commercial, which would be in the winter time. So these are all different types of things that we can get from it, but it's the financial growth that we're looking for. Yeah.
You can take questions from the-
Yeah. Love questions.
Because I know that QuickBooks can be a little bit confusing when you're not used to using QuickBooks. What would you recommend somebody who's starting out? What's the simplest type of system for a newer business?
Within QuickBooks?
No. What system? You said you've got Xero, I think you've got, you mentioned Clio, you've got QuickBooks. And I don't use QuickBooks, but I've heard people say they find it a bit overwhelming to try and figure it out and use it properly.
Right.
I'm interested in your recommendation.
Okay, so if you'd like, at the end also I have where my gift to everybody today is a 30-minute deep dive of a laser focus on where I can give you specific recommendations for your business so that I can get to learn more about you and see what suits you best.
Because I also have clients and I would like to know how to set them started.
I mean, really predominantly the thing, my message is today is that, and then you'll see here there's another test. It's going to help you get there to learn which system is best for you. I actually have that coming soon. So, let me tell you why. When you have an accounting software, it improves accuracy. So you're able to tell something as little as postage. You're able to tell how much you're spending on payroll. A lot of people mix up payroll and independent contractors. So that's a big thing that you're able to provide within the accounting software that you're able to get. Even though I mentioned it at the end of the software to get, it's actually the most important. You will know what is coming in and what is going out. So the biggest problem that people have is, are they making money? You feel like you're overwhelmed, you feel like you're running around for your customers, and you see the money coming in, but at the end of the month, it's like, what's mine? That's the big question is how much did I make? Can I take a salary? Those are all real questions that you're not going to know without a true system and without the accounting software. If you want to make more money, you have to do what's income generating activities. So doing tests that are only in your market rate. So if your hourly rate is $250, that's the way your time should be spent. If your hourly rate is $150, $200, $300, whatever it is $75 an hour. That's where 100% of your time needs to be. The rest of the task needs to be delegated to a professional. So when you hand it over to the expert, systems and delegations will change the way you do your business. So if you need a content writer, you hire a content writer. If you need a bookkeeper, you got to give it to the bookkeeper. Because who's following you? You're following your clients, but at the end of the day, who's following you in the business? You got to reduce what you need to do. You're going to streamline and scale. And my favorite is actually to free up my time and less stress. Who wants less stress? I shared with you before what do I want for this summer. I want to end my day at 4 o'clock. That's me. I want to reduce my stress. When my kids come home, I want to end my day at 4 o'clock. So the big question is so far is, should I delegate? So let's do a quick test, and we're going to do a brain dump. Take 2 minutes and write down.
You have the paper? You give it to him? On the back of green paper.
Oh, and back of the green paper, write down from the morning until the afternoon about 5 to 10 different activities that you do during the day. Go through your day and think of your hot mess day. Think of your hot mess of a day and just put it down on the paper.
We writing down? We writing down?
Put down the activities of what you do for the day.
I can do it on my notes, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Activities for the day. How many?
Yeah, for your business.
Not Instagram. For y'all that don't know, that's my son.
Yeah. All right, everybody.
Okay, keep working.
Okay, did everybody write down? Do we have at least 5? Do we have 10? No? Okay, 5 is great. Now, check mark the activities, the ones that are income generating. Everybody's face changed. I can feel it. Only the check mark next to the income generating ones. Okay. You need to eliminate the time drain. You need to eliminate the ones that are not income generating. That's your key to success. You want to delegate to maybe like a VA. You want to delegate maybe to a content writer. Or you want to delegate to a bookkeeper so you can know how you can spend on all of these wonderful expenses. Automation ensures the business is not running you. So those were your 3 steps to help you delegate your way to success. As you know, eWomen is supporting all of us to help us get to that $1 million mark. I know I want to be part of that circle. Do you guys?
Yes.
Okay. So if you are not co-mingling, you're going to make more money. If you are delegating non-essential tasks, you're going to make more money. If you have software, you're going to make more money. These 3 strategies will help you get there in your genius zone, because that's where you want to spend the most time. You can streamline and delegate non-essential tasks so that you are only doing things that are in your genius zone. So you can do this yourself, but many people I know have tried and they're not having the success that they want. You're going to be alone, and you're going to have no one to turn to like I was in. So I'm going to give you today a 30-minute assessment, a laser focus for you and your business. I have a survey. I'd like everyone to fill it out and share it back with me. And I welcome you to take full advantage so you can change your business. I want to thank you for being here, and I wish you all $1 million in revenue, and I hope you have an absolute rest of your day, wonderful day. Thanks for having me.